Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. It's Rad, and tonight we're going to look into the new moon in Scorpio that it is happening on the 13th of November. The exact hour that is East Coast is going to be 4:27 a.m. The exact hour of when the moon becomes new in Scorpio, 20 degrees and 44 minutes in Scorpio, and consequently that is also my birthday. And my astrologer tells me that that is actually a huge sign when when you have a new moon exactly on your birthday, big year. So let's hope that that's what's gonna happen. At least for me, that is. Anyway, going forward, first thing that I'm going to do is going to be the collective reading. The cards for it I already drew through a few hours ago, and you probably saw them on the thumbnail, but I'm going to show them to you right now. And the first of them, that is the Seven of Wands, followed by the second, which is the Eight of Wands. The third card, that will be the Emperor. The fourth card, we do have the Empress. And the fifth card, I'm sorry, of the spread, that is Ten of Wands. So these 5 cards, and this period of couple of weeks. Hello, Ivala. Which I will tell you exactly up until when. So we do have the new moon on the 13th, and then the full moon happens to be on the 27th. So exactly 2 weeks. Exactly 2 weeks, almost to the minute, because the 27th at 4:16 a.m. is the full moon in Gemini. So exactly 2 weeks, give or take 10 minutes of them. And as far as these cards go, these couple of weeks are going to be weeks where we will basically pave, so to speak, a way. What the cards are speaking about it is that within these weeks, what we do, and moreover what we start, will carry on a long-term consequences for us, whether they are good or whether they are bad. And thus these couple of weeks are excellent for establishments. They are excellent for starting to some kind of a classes or courses or education, going to well, now it's not the time, but still, even contemplating could be considered a starting, into university, college, learning something, developing some kind of a skill as well. Engaging, establishing businesses, going forward with business ideas as well. It's just what this new moon in Scorpio is going to present us with, all of us, is that it's going to place us in a unique circumstances of window opportunities. Okay, so at many times throughout these couple of weeks, for many things, we're going to find ourselves into the immaculate circumstances. So at the right time, with the right people, if you will, as well, we are going to have the right means. And it's very important to just seize the moment. It's very, very important to just act with not much of a, so to speak, thinking. And once this is done, right? Once we already seize an opportunity, then what will be important, that is the second step, which we'll have to do throughout this this period of time, is to plan, but not short-term plan. This is a long-term plan, so it's gonna take a bit of time. It's not going, we're not going to be able to kind of like come up with it right away. All right, this isn't something that we figure out overnight. So it's very possible that we may need a couple of days kind of like to cool off, so to speak, and to kind of like obtain a objective perspective over the situation, so we can decide how we want to move forward now that we do have the opportunity at hand. And good thing it is that, can I put it into words, a good thing it is that there is going to be a lot of, I don't want to say we're going to have it in the bag, okay, because that's not the case. The case it is that we do, or yeah, we do answer the requirements for the time being, the very least. And these requirements may update, even going outside of the new moon in Scorpio, further down the road, 2 months from now, an year from now, whatever the case. Because remember, this is something that it is for the distant future. This is some kind of a start that is going to carry on for a very, very long time. And the requirements toward us and toward the rest, they will update with the situation. And so that will be the positivity, that always we will have what it takes in order to kind of like fill up, to answer, to cover up these requirements. But the whole thing, whether it's an education, whether it's a developing skill, whether it's an engagement, right? You may decide that you want to spend your life with someone. That is a long-term endeavor. It's for a lifetime endeavor. We really, you see, what I'm trying to say here is that that's no joke, okay? This isn't something that we just go in to try out, okay? So that should not going to be our mindset. Our mindset going forward should be a mindset of seriousness. It should be a mindset that we need to give everything we got into it, and we gotta be for it. Whether a business, whether a relationship, you know, whether even an education, a very, very reliable, consistent, okay, organized, and the word is not predictable. It's, I think I already said it, reliable. So, long story short, these couple of weeks, there is going to be a very clear direction that we are going to see. Whether we take it or not, it's entirely up to us, okay? But should we decide to take it, that will have a huge impact, most likely positive, okay, over our lives. Okay, so that was the collective reading. Now, a few notes about the show before I move forward, guys. Bear in mind that now there are going to be 12 readings, one for each star sign, and they are for your star sign, okay? They're not your personal reading, therefore these readings are going to affect you to a certain extent, but they are very seldom straight away the answer to a question. So take them more as a guidance, something to kind of like to open your eyes for opportunities or for possibilities. But if you do wish me to read personally for you, for your situation that you are going through, for your plights, you can go to my website, which link you will find in the description down below, and there at the very front page you can see full list of my services, also their pricing. So based on your budget and as well your needs, you can go for whichever one suits you best. Other than that, if you do enjoy the show, you can support us either through Super Chat or through PayPal, which link you will find as well at the description down below. And any Patreon is gonna have their reading at the end of the stream. That's pretty much guaranteed. which leads me to hold on a second. Yasmin, thank you for the $20 PayPal as well. Ivala, thank you for the 13 US dollars and 11 cents. Thank you both. And Taco, so thank you for the $22.22, mate. Super chat. Thank you, guys. So you all are gonna have your personalized readings at the end of the stream. Vala has a specific inquiry, so let me type it down. All right. So the first star sign I'm going to read for, that's going to be Aries. Well, Taco, let's hope you don't lose your money. But at the end of the day, remember, casino always comes on top. If, you know, everybody's winning there, they're not making money, there is no point doing business. So they always come on top, no matter what. Especially the slots. All right, Aries, the devil is the first one. Followed by Five of Pentacles. Moving on next, Eight of Wands. King of Wands, it is the fourth one. And final card, we have Justice. Those five cards. For Aries, is going to be a good period. Okay. Long story short, for what those cards are describing here is a period that, simply said, Aries is going to have their own way. So whatever they say pretty much goes, whatever they wish, or rather yearn, okay, it's going to be within grasp. And that's going to be a period where a hunger is going to be satiated. So should you be hungry for attention, that hunger, I would rather say, can be satiated. Should you be hungry for money, that hunger can be satiated. For love, the same thing, you know, maybe for fame, whatever your hunger is. And the satiation, it's gonna happen through your own power, for the lack of better expression. What I'm trying to say here is that you, Aries, will have the unique power to force and bend the circumstances so they suit whatever you are craving for. Okay, it suits you to have whatever you're craving for. Just a quick example, if you're craving for attention, then through the circumstances, somehow, I don't know exactly how, right, but somehow you will be able to attract people, okay, to bend the circumstances in your favor so you can attract people. That, however, is gonna be not you. in all of the cases, we do have the Five of Pentacles second position. That is pretty much going off character in terms of a lifestyle. And who knows, that new lifestyle that you will take a taste of, you will take a bite of, in the next couple of weeks, you may like it. Okay, you may like it and you may go forward with it afterwards. And or when you know that period is over, you may decide to go back to your old self. In any case, this is a couple of weeks where everything should be explored on, especially if it does link to whatever ambition you do have, because that's something you will learn in the next couple of weeks, that should you do anything without being a part of whatever ambition you do have, is soulless, it's lifeless, it has no point, no meaning, right? And that said, moving forward, you know, chasing whatever ambitious drive you do have, which, by the way, it seems that you will be able to transform it into a very, very powerful and effective actions, so to speak, is going to create a lot of joy in it. Now, what I missed to say here is that it's going to be a very busy period, okay? You're going to have a lot of things on your mind, a lot of things on your hands, a lot of things on your shoulders, responsibilities above everything else. And it seems that you will manage your time immaculately. I mean, you will be able to kind of like give just enough, without overkilling it, without underperforming it, in every single task, in every single opportunity, in every single responsibility, so you can kind of like meet the goal, meet the requirements. Hello, Rocky. Welcome to the stream. Right, so that was Aries. Next, we have Taurus. Page of Wands. Nine of Swords. Five of Wands. The Hierophant. King of Wands. Your King of Wands, it's the Emperor, my card. Rocky, thank you for the 28 Canadian. I'll say straight away 28 Canadian, not 27.99. Put you into a list. Thank you. At the end of the stream, you're going to have your personalized reading. So, for Taurus, guys, I don't know. I mean, I'm not an expert. In fact, my astrology skills are sub-zero. You know, well, they're not sub-zero, but they're pretty damn near it. But what I know about Taurus, it does look like that at least at the start, when this cycle hits you, moon cycle hits you, you may feel a bit awkward, because a very dynamic cycle. I mean, there are going to be so many new things. And when I say new, I mean things you haven't explored or kind of like be a part of up until now. And the whole environment that you will go through will require from you to be open literally for everything new going forward, and allow yourself to, how can I put it into words, to experience. Okay. And that's why we do have the Nine of Swords into the second position here, which is what could hold you back going forward. And that is, what if things go bad? All right, that is the fear of how can I put it into words, of failure, on being left alone, of losing a job, all right, and all these kind of things. You know, the fear that it is holding one to try things out, to be a part of something new. And this whole dynamic, because I can't tell you what exactly is going to be. I mean, it's going to be very personal for every single one of you. Some of you are going to have a kind of like new friends that are coming around. Others are going to have new opportunities to start relationships. It's just going to be many new things, and it's not going to be just only one. And all of them are going to happen through, how can I put it into words, you're going to classify it as a very unnatural way, because it will feel like it comes out of the blue, out of nowhere, because suddenly just very surprising events are going to take place. They're going to just click in, and there you go. You do have that new experience in front of you that you need to be open, for. And you're going to have a person next to you, or organization. It could be as well organization, entity, okay, which will present itself, or himself or herself, very reliable, someone that you can truly trust, someone that you can kind of like always, how can I put it into words, lean on if something goes bad, into these experiences that are kind of like open in front of you. But you cannot bring them into those experiences. Yeah, you can't, because they are meant only and singly for you. So that pretty much speaks that this isn't a thing that is gonna hit you in, or rather like manifest for you within your relationship, unless, for example, your boyfriend or your girlfriend presents you personally with a ticket to go somewhere, and whatever the case, okay. But it's not going to involve both of you or all of the team at work. That is something that is going to be personalized for you, your own personal experience, plural experiences. And if something goes wrong, for example, you didn't like it, you can always go back to that entity or to that individual, and another entity that could be, you know, your relationship and your partner in life. But what this person is going to do is going to create a very comfortable, and how can I put it into words, a solid environment, something solid that you can step on and just catch your breath. Uh, and that's pretty much it. How much of acquisition, and under acquisition, I do mean everything, okay, you're going to have, depending on how open you are going to be toward the newness, how open you're going to be for everything new streaming your way. Anna, thank you for the $20. Thank you, Anna. Welcome to the stream. Just Devon, welcome to the stream as well. All right, next, Gemini. Five of Pentacles, Six of Swords, the Death, Four of Wands, Two of Swords. New Devon, thank you for the £5. Thank you. The end of the stream, you're going to have your personalized reading. I put you into a list. Okay. But guys, it's a slowdown. It's a slowdown because throughout this particular transit, whether you are going to kind of like realize it or you will manifest it, one of the two. But what will happen is that at some point throughout these couple of weeks after the 13th, you're going to see that everything important that you need to attend to, it's already attended. Okay, it's already attended, and now, I mean, you can just kind of like relax, lay back, let go of, so to speak, you know, the stress, the tension. That Six of Swords into the second position, that is when one constantly seeks kind of like a new next, okay, the next thing that needs to be kind of like addressed, issued, fixed. There is not gonna be one unless, you know, you are so determined to find something to worry about, okay? And that's gonna be a big aggression toward that part of your lifestyle, of the dynamic lifestyle, that creates issues, that creates problems. And this new moon, it's a process for you, Gemini, where you're just gonna let go of that side of your lifestyle that it is creating problems, the side that it is constantly seeking for something to worry about. And that whole thing should create a very, very peaceful, can I put it into words, environment, and rather state. Because at least according to these cards, from there on moving forward, at least for a while, if you happen to worry about things, is gonna be because you can do something about it. If you can't do something about it, then there is no point of worrying. And another thing, it's on the 13th, Anna. And another thing here, when, how can I put it into words? When you kind of like become more composed, if I may use that word, then certain answers in front of you are going to be pretty much uncovered. When I say answers, I mean answers about dilemmas that you may have. Dilemmas, for example, should you, I don't know, travel somewhere or not? Dilemma about should you kind of like make up with that person or not? Dilemma, should you start that job or not? Or dilemma, you know, should you go forward with that business or not? Because a very important, either a piece of information or a piece of circumstances are just going to kind of like click into place. All right, next. Cancer. It's on my birthday, yeah, 13th. By the way, guys, let me show you one of my presents, okay? Let me show you one of my presents. Look at that. It's beauty. It is a beauty. Look at it. Look. It's amazing. And the best I like about it, the material of the cards. You can bend it, oops, and it goes straight. So I can do riffles as much as I want, and they are not going to deform. Oh, that is one of my presents. And I'm gonna do the super chats tonight with those cards. $38, Anna. I'm gonna turn 38. They are. All right, Cancer. 4 of Cups. 10 of Swords. The High Priestess. The Star. And the King of Wands. For the King of Wands, 6 of Cups. All right, Cancer. And this full moon, new moon, I'm sorry, these couple of weeks, you would want to say kind of like F it, okay? Fuck it, I'm doing that thing. And according to these cards, at the very least, that will be kind of a mistake. As I think of, because my brother is Cancer, and I had a conversation with him a week ago or a couple of weeks ago. It was, we're not talking very often because literally we don't want to talk about the weather and all these kind of things. If there is something important, we of course call each other, but if there isn't anything, I mean, there is no point kind of like just chit chatting. But in any case, he had a lot of things that he wants to force, and I'm just giving this thing for an example. These couple of weeks are not the weeks where you want to force anything, Cancer. That 10 of Swords into the second position, it kind of speaks about, you know, this abrupt transition when someone says, like I said, you know, F it, I'm doing it. I'm, for example, closing shop no matter what, or, you know, I'm leaving no matter what, and whatnot. And this is kind of like coming, it's not like out of nowhere, but it is very abrupt, because there is, having that card into the second position, it speaks that there is more details that needs to be addressed. There is more into it that you can extract from, all right? That is like going prematurely out of the deal, out of the business, or kind of like ending up, for example, a marriage or relationship because you feel like it, okay? Not because it's really crumbling. And those cards are kind of like speaking that you are going to have your standards, so to speak, or ideas fulfilled, but in the future. That cannot happen overnight, okay? And thus, I had a client once that, you know, I was just telling her that, and it comes to the point where she said, don't you dare. And I said, what? Don't you dare telling me that I have to be patient. But alas, you, Cancer, must be one. I mean, you must be patient in the next couple of weeks, because it seems that, you know, the fruits of your labor are going to start enriching bit by bit. And your how can I put it into words, your love life is going to start becoming more safer and safer and more predictable, you know, and something that you can rely on. Your business are going to start safer and safer, okay, and something that you can rely more on. The circumstances you are surrounding yourself are going to become circumstances that you can rely more and more on. But kind of like going forward with a final choice, a final decision these couple of weeks is just going to make it irrevocable, and you cannot take it back, right? You just cannot turn it back. And according to these cards, you are not going to like the results. And we have a person or an entity here that is going to serve as an example. And the example is going to be that if one wants success, you know, on the path for it, there could be a big ball of shit. And if you want that success, you are gonna gulp it down with a smile, right? That's what it takes. And sometimes you just have to do it. Now, whether you're gonna follow that example or not, it's entirely up to you. All right, next, Leo. Oh, I know Pisces Moonbeam, but that comes from the Aries rising, if I'm not mistaken. Well, and I don't really count, okay, what or how many weeks. I mean, what I observed in this life, it is that the days they're rolling down super small, super slow, but the weeks, the months, the years, they are passing through very quickly. So I just don't bother kind of like counting it down. Well, patience, at least in my book, it's more of a mindset rather than a virtue, or how can I put it into words, um, a quirk. Okay, patience is just the mindset of, well, you know, I gave everything I got into it, and now if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, and you just have to sit and wait and see, you know. And that is the lesson and the philosophy behind the Hangman, by the way. The Sun, Two of Swords, the Star. That's gonna be great for Leo. Seven of Swords, the Hangman. We're talking about the devil himself. Ah, it's an unfolding development, natural development. Okay, and under natural, I mean something that just suits you, something that fits you. So this is going to be the topic of the next couple of weeks. That topic could relate to something new, like new unfolding love, or an existing one. But this is where the Hangman here stands, guys. That you did everything that it was required in order to be to provoke or to be a part of that ongoing development. And now the other side, or the other side, could be the universe or another person. They kind of like live up to their end of the bargain, and now the whole thing, that's how can I put it into words, that you are a part of, is kind of like unblocked and shackled and chained, and it's gonna start snowballing. Now this snowball, it's gonna start up slow, and it's going to develop slow, at least throughout these couple of weeks, by the look of those cards. But is going to answer all of your, how can I put it into words, criterias. Okay, it's going to answer all of your ideals of a future development, and you are going to see that whatever concerns you had about your future development, whatever problems you may thought that are going to arise, it doesn't look like that they're going to be waiting you there. And the only thing you are going to see in front of yourself are just expanding energies of growth everywhere. Expanding energies of growth in your work or into your career path, in your love life, in your social circle. And it's just people are going to make you happy. And what will feel like it is that it is all about you, that everybody contributes for your own personal happiness. And this is going to be a good time here to figure out, if you don't have one, okay, to figure out some kind of an agenda and just follow it. If you already have one, use these expanding energies of growth to fulfill it. But it does look like that's, if you are going through some kind of a turmoil or chaos, some kind of a rough patch, so to speak, it's ending here with the new moon in Scorpio, and just things are going to become way more easier, right? If you are accustomed to a certain boat, now the flow is accustomed to your both, all right? The flow of life is accustomed to your both, and it's just everything will go and flow and develop supernaturally for you. All right, next, Virgo. Eight of Pentacles, the Sun, the Chariot, hello Yarabi, welcome to the stream. Ace of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. There isn't much to be said, guys, rather than now is your time. I want to say your time. These cards aren't talking about anything random, but let's call it that way, a project that you are preparing, planning, kind of like a developing the initial stage. And within this time frame of the lunar cycle, which is from the 13th up until the 27th, I believe it was. Let me check it again. 27th, yeah. So within these couple of weeks, you are going to have that rare opportunity to further that goal, and to further it in a way that it will be to further it in a way that you are going to feel fullness of it, content, and just that things are going your way. So if you are preparing some kind of a business establishment, you can expect very lucrative business maneuvers, lucrative deals, lucrative jobs, all right, and how can I put it into words? A safe bargains, so to speak. If you are preparing some kind of a personal endeavor, you can expect a lot of excitement and fulfillment from it. If you are preparing some kind of or planning some kind of a love endeavor, then you can expect a harmonious kind of like flow within your love life, and same things for the social circle as well. Everything is going to work out, at least for you. And for what it seems here is that if you have the mindset to give all you got into it, even if it kind of feels that you shouldn't have to, okay, you are gonna be very, very proud of yourself at the end. Yalabi, thank you for the $19.99. Thank you. At the end of the stream, you're gonna have your personalized reading. Love energy, single. Okay. All right. Next, Libra. The Sun, Four of Cups, Ten of Swords. Now that is opposite to the Cancer reading. Oh my God, Nine of Pentacles. Seven of Swords, again. Okay, guys, so within this couple of weeks for you, Libra, you will have your chance to make a rather very solid, I would say humongous, leap into development. Whether that development is going to be in your love life or in your career, well, that's going to be different for every single one of you, so it's going to be personalized. Some of you are going to be within your love life, others into your career, third somewhere else, you know. But just let's stick with the love life or career for now, because they are most generic topics here. And this leap will require from you to make a tough call, okay, and most likely to leave something behind. For example, your old life behind, okay, to leave gaming behind if you are a gamer, or drinking behind if you are a drinker, or, you know, social life behind if you are kind of like a center of the company, yeah, center of the company circle. Should that be for example, career development that requires a lot of your attention right now. But bottom line here is that you will have that. It's not even an opportunity, guys. It's kind of like a life-changing event, which you will just have to say yes or no right away. That's the bad thing about it. You ain't gonna have time to think too much. Maybe a day or two. That's on the generous side. For some of you, it's gonna be right away. You know, this is what I'm offering here. Okay, I'm offering you that job. Take it or leave it. And you have to say right now, should you take it or should you leave it? According to the cards, you should take it. Another thing, you know, that's aside from that, you are going to be pressed to give up you know, your action, or rather like to make your action right away, is that it's gonna feel selfish, you know, taking on these circumstances is going to feel selfish, like you are betraying someone, or I don't know, okay? And in those cases, what I like to say is that maybe so, but if you don't take care for your own happiness, no one else is going to, unfortunately. So yeah, for you, Libra, don't think twice, you know, when you are offered wealth, because wealth is coming your way, guys. And Scorpio now. I was looking forward for Scorpio, so let's check on what we have for us. Ten of Pentacles, Four of Cups, Eight of Wands, Five of Cups, Five of Pentacles. It's about a bet. It's about a bet we did back in the days, that we stuck with it, maybe not even consciously. Okay, we may have betted on a certain career. We may have betted on a certain person. We may have betted on a certain. It's a lifestyle, more or less. Okay, it's a lifestyle, and we may regret at that point. Okay, that we settle for the lifestyle of say a housewife, or we may have set it or on a lifestyle for, I don't know, a corporate rat, let's say, you know, a person who is all about making money. You may have set it on a lifestyle of, I'm giving myself, for example, being lazy, right? And we may have kind of like regret it up until this point, or at some point regret it. Now, these couple of weeks now, the new moon in Scorpio is going to create a unique environment for that particular lifestyle, so that lifestyle can work. Okay, it can work, and it can bring a fulfillment, satisfaction, and comfort above everything else for us, and for our life. And through it, a lot of these kind of like predicaments and plights and problems and concerns that this lifestyle brings to us, they are going to be pretty much resolved. But according to these cards here for Scorpio, they will be able to accustom to fit, so to speak, their lifestyle with the expectance of the world. And, you know, for example, just for example, because of the style you live, you may not be liked up until this point. Well, you are going to be after this new moon in Scorpio. Because of your lifestyle, you may not be able to find yourself a job. Now, after the new moon in Scorpio, you will be able to find yourself a job. Because according to these cards, um, it's not like, you know, that much of the circumstances are gonna change or the environment. It's just we are gonna be able to accustom our lifestyle way better, and to be able to, how can I put it into words, to channel it so we can find opportunities through it. Or in other words said, Scorpio, we are going to be able to kind of like align it proper so it can reveal the opportunities where there is a potential for. Another thing about these cards is that it's very possible old people to start looking for us. Old people in terms of, you know, old friends, old lovers, and whatnot. Whether we allow them to be a part of our lives or not, that's entirely up to us. But for Scorpio is a big thing because, one, you know, they will not have to change anything about them. They are just gonna change the environment so their lifestyle kind of aligns. And the other thing it is that, you know, they are not going to regret anymore a thing about themselves. They're gonna see that they have actually made the right choice with the career choice, with the love choice, with the social choice, whatever the case. Because choice is a matter of perspective, or rather, the right choice is a matter of perspective. And Scorpio is going to understand that in the next couple of weeks. A bit of a philosophical reading, but truth be told, I kind of like needed that. All right, next, Sagittarius. The Chariot. Four of Wands. Eight of Pentacles. Ten of Cups. Queen of Cups. For the Queen of Cups, it's the Aeon. It's a preparation, guys. These couple of weeks, the new moon in Scorpio, what will come apparent, it is that there is something missing. Okay, there is something missing so you can be, for example, successful in the job you are at. Or there is something missing in order to make a successful business, or there is something missing in order to be happy in terms of your love life, whatever the case. But because of the Four of Wands into the second position here, there is something important as a detail that it is missing, that it is not addressed. And these couple of weeks is going to be all about finding out what is that aspect, what is that important detail which isn't addressed. And luckily for you, that is going to be the person who is going to help you find it here. We do have the Queen of Cups with the Aeon sitting like that, a passive enemies as a elemental dignity. And that is in a under normal circumstances, a very, how can I put it into words, indecisive person who likes to sit into their comfort zone and not move an inch unless it's 100% certain that things are gonna work out. And for you, they will be able to not exactly guide you, but more like a make you put yourself into certain people's shoes and kind of like see how they were able to develop and how they were able to succeed in one situation and another, which is going to help you find what exactly is missing. Okay, and another thing that this individual is going to do for you is to show you that even if you decide not to move forward, because that is also an option, right? You may see what is missing here, what kind of a detail or aspect is missing, and you may decide it's just not worth it, and you don't want to move forward with, you know, whatever you are planning or whatever you're preparing. And in that particular case, that person is going to show you that, hey, you don't have to, okay? Because life can be beautiful just as life is right now. So you, Sagittarius, no matter what, you are going to find the beauty of life. And either slowly progressively, or all of a sudden your life will increase its worth no matter what within the next couple of weeks. And one way or another, you're going to have your wish fulfillment. Okay, one way or another, either because you will fulfill the wish you have right now, or you will fulfill the wish that you can fulfill within the next couple of weeks. What I mean is that you can change it, you will change it so it can be fulfilled. No matter what, you are going to have that experience of a wish fulfillment. So it's going to be a really, really good transit, good cycle for you, Sagittarius. All right, moving next, Capricorn. Sorry, guys, to check something. Queen of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the Hangman. It's the value. It's the value of what you have. And how to develop that value so to suit you. And when I say what you have, I mean what you can truly rely on. Not everything you have, but what you can truly rely on. And kind of like make your life work with it one way or another. So long story short here, it is that within these couple of weeks, you will find a way how to develop the full potential of the job you have, of, I don't know, the relationship you have, of the friendships you have, of the marriage you have, but only those of them which are things already established. Those that aren't established are not subject of this reading. They probably are gonna stay as unestablished as they are right now. But those which are established, they will grow in terms of, I don't know, conscientiousness. I mean, every single party in it is gonna grow more conscientious toward the development of the thing, toward the development of the business deal, or of the project, of the marriage, whatever the case, of the relationship. And through that conscientiousness that you all are going to kind of like dig into, the whole thing will be seen to up until the smallest detail, and that will allow you to develop potentials in it heretofore even unexplored. And this, my friends, will change your perspective. If up until this point, for example, you hated your job, you will see it in a different light. I'm not saying that you're gonna freaking love it, okay? But definitely you ain't gonna hate it that much from there on moving forward. Same thing about your marriage, same thing about certain friendships, same thing about, I don't know, about your relationship as well. But definitely we do have here a changing of perspectives, and things you hated, it is just because you didn't have the right perspective on them. And that perspective will change through developing those potentials I said heretofore unexplored. All right, next, Aquarius. Queen of Pentacles. Three of Swords. Five of Swords. I'm sorry, it's not the three, it's the Five of Swords. Page of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. All right, for you, it's all about, it's going to be a dilemma here. Is it worth it or not? That's going to be the question that you're going to have in front of yourself for the next couple of weeks, Aquarius. And Tarot gives the answer to that, but I don't want to make it for you. However, what Tarot advises you, Aquarius, is to allow yourself, let's put it that way, okay? To allow yourself, because it's a bit difficult to explain it without foreshadowing the answer to that dilemma. Because again, I don't want to make a choice for you guys. Let's put it that way, okay? You will have your chance to experience something you wanted to be a part of. You may want it to be, for example, a part of a project, okay? Or a part of some kind of a social endeavor. And you will have your chance to experience it. Or, for example, you may want to have sex with someone, all right? You will have your chance to experience that. And once you do experience it, the dilemma is going to be, is it worth investing into it or not? Okay? And this whole cycle in front of you is going to be examining, is there a reciprocality, if that's a word, all right? Are you getting a reciprocal value for what you are investing? And when I say reciprocal value, I don't mean the same thing. You may be giving attention and getting back money, but are those money covering up the attention you're giving? Like, for example, in a project, you give your skill, you give your attention, and you do get money for it. Okay, so this is an examination that you are going to do, but according to these cards, again, allow yourself to kind of like give yourself a bigger allowance here. Because through the bigger allowance, you will be able to get more potential things dig into bigger potentials, so to speak, and therefore to increase that flow of the giving and taking. And ultimately at the end, you will need to decide once and for all, or rather like for good, is it worth it or is it not worth it? Is that person worth it to be with me? Is that job worth it for me to give up my time for it, right? Is this, for example, excursion worth it? Is this vacation worth it? And so on and so forth. But whichever one you decide, you will need to put all you got into it. Huge devotion, it is what those cards are speaking about, in order things to work out for you to their fullest extent. And that's why it will be important at the start not to rush it, but rather to examine first and foremost, is it worth it for you or not? All right. Well, to include myself in the conversation, girls, I don't believe into, how can I put it into it? Chemistry isn't about being a romantic. I'm not a romantic person, Anna. And believe me, without chemistry, I can't do anything. Okay, I just can't. So I would rather prefer to be single and alone all of my life, rather than to be with someone that I don't have a chemistry for, right? It's just, this is how relationship starts. At least for me, it is the chemistry and the experience. Love is just a rush of oxytocin, which is a hormone, right? That's what love is. And that's why, for example, when I go date someone, I know, can I be with this person or not in the very first 10 minutes? Okay. Is there a chemistry or is there not a chemistry? And if there isn't a chemistry, nothing can be done about it. That's at least how I roll. All right. Next, Pisces, Aeon. The Tower. Two of Cups. Knight of Swords. Five of Swords. Well, it's not just the American tone, it is the culture. I mean, just look at the recent movies that are going for the last couple of years. They're all about Mary Sue, right? They're all about Mary Sue. Even what was it? Indiana Jones were replaced with a woman. Okay, even Indiana Jones. A very prominent superhero characters were replaced with a female counterpart. And so, and I think that this is wrong, right? It's just, it doesn't do the women's service by masculizing the woman, because we do have an equal part, the man and the woman. We do have an equal part in nature, and it's different part. We are two different things that are working together and against each other, and we are driving the wheel. And kind of like, making just only one to do everything, it's just not right. That's my point, at the very least. Yeah, it's the corporate culture. All right, back to Pisces here. It is a very unexpected happening. I don't know how to say it in another way. It's an unexpected happening that's first Pisces. So happening. All right, let me put it that way. Under happening, in the situation that you don't have a ideal option available. I mean, you do have your own options available, but kind of like all of them are with a compromises. Some with little compromises, others with rather severe compromises, but they all kind of like involve compromises. And kind of like very surprisingly, in the next couple of weeks, at some point in the next couple of weeks, another option available is going to pop up that's requires no compromises whatsoever. So it's gonna feel like a wake-up call. It's gonna feel like the call of the universe, right? And it's gonna swipe under the rug, is going to swipe away all of your plans up until this point. And while it's gonna feel very good, kind of like taking that option, at least at the start, it's gonna seem that it kind of like doesn't fit, and it feel that way because it's gonna go against some people that are involved into the situation. So it's gonna suit you very well, but it's not gonna suit everyone. Okay, and here you will sit in front of that precarious situation, that conundrum. What you're gonna do? Are you going to make yourself be the winner, or you're gonna let someone else take the prize and look good, right? Or rather, like, you be the winner and look bad, or let someone else take the prize and look good. And ultimately, what's this situation is about a lesson that you need to learn. And the lesson is all about, you know, making that kind of decision that makes sense for your personality and kind of like aligns with your emotions. So some of you are going to take the former option, kind of like take the win and let someone else take the fall. For others of you, you will decide to take the fall and let someone else win. But each one of you is going to be okay with that choice, because for each one of you, that choice, whether the former or the latter, is gonna make sense and is gonna be something you would want to do. And I will give you an example with the latter choice, where you will take the fall and let someone else win. Your child. Okay, let's say your child, you got to choose in between letting your child win and you take the fall. You are going to do that, right? I mean, it's your child and you are going to feel good about it. You're going to take it with a smile. Or the former option, if you work with someone that you don't like at all, I mean, you're working against each other for the most of the time and you have that chance to take the win and let that person take the fall, you're going to do it with a smile and no regret whatsoever. But bottom line here, Pisces, is that this new moon in Scorpio will allow you to have a clean cut, so to speak, will allow you to have a path forward with no regret whatsoever. Right, so that was for the 12th. Now, super chat, which I'm going to conduct with my present for my birthday. These gorgeous cards. But gosh, and don't let me even start with how much trouble I went through in order to get those cards here, because it does look like that they're only available in the United States at this current stage. Hopefully someone is going to start kind of like delivering them or distributing them in Europe, but for now it does look like that they are available only in the United States. So first we have Yasmin. All right, Yasmin, these are your cards. 3 of Swords, 9 of Cups. Actually, I'm going to show them all. And so, according to these cards, this is going to be an annoying transit. It does look like, because at least according to them, there will be a lot of changes in terms of the plans or in terms of your routine, so to speak. And those changes will be provoked more of a openings rather than delays. What I'm trying to say it is that more often than not, let's say every other day, there are going to be very surprising events, surprising circumstances, surprising turnarounds that is going to pretty much mess around with your, not attitude, but with your setup, so to speak. Let me try to explain it that way. Think of it like, say you see that something is going south and you are setting yourself up for a failure. You're setting yourself up for a loss, for a defeat, and you're kind of like arranging your stuff and you're almost there to take the hit, all right? You're almost ready to take the hit, and bam! Something unexpected happened, and now you don't have to take the hit, all right? Actually, you are ending up on the upper hand, and all of your preparations out of the window, and you don't know what to do. I mean, should you be happy that you're not going to take the fall, that you're not going to kind of like take the hit, or should you be pissed off because you have wasted your time preparing for all that? So that's this is going to be the general energy that the things are going to go through for you, the very least, into the next couple of weeks. And what conclusion you're going to come up with, it is that this is happening because you are driving on to a outdated concepts. Yes, the situation was failing because back then the circumstances weren't good, but now the circumstances are kind of different. And this will allow you to learn a very valuable lesson, how can I put it into words, to align yourself day to day, or rather, like, I don't know how to explain it, okay? To go forward with the adaptable concepts and with adaptable kind of like mindset. I don't know how to really put it into words, but also what you're gonna realize it is that that sometimes, okay, sometimes I have it in my mind, it's just so difficult to do to translate it. Well, with those cards, Yasmin, you can't control things. Okay, you just can't. Things, they are having their turnaround whether you like it or whether not. And yeah, it's all about you kind of like letting go of the outdated concepts and adopting new concepts. You have no say on the matter, going with the flow whatsoever. But the point it is here is that uh, when you set up yourself for taking the hit, you will do it so that you will have no problem taking it. I mean, in fact, you are going to look forward to it, and suddenly again, you are going to end up in the upper hand. And so, this whole thing is going to create in your mind thoughts. Are you not doing something wrong? I mean, you may think that kind of like the fault is within you, which is not true. It's not in you, it is into the outdated concepts in certain aspects that you do have. That's, you just need to let go of that. That's the whole thing. But yeah, I mean, this is going to be a transit where you will have this reversals into situations which are going south, but they are actually at the end, maybe even at the very last minute, they are going to take a turn for the better and actually work out for you. So don't give up to the very, very last minute even. But back on the subject, guys. Next, Ivila, what's with the specific inquiry? What to focus on in order to make a sustainable relationship and harmonious? I believe it was. Um, Back on the topic about love and chemistry. Now, I am reading a book to attract a loving and committed partner for a long-lasting and fulfilling relationship. Okay, so I am reading a book right now, and in it, into the story of the book, husband and wife, they kind of like separated because the wife has suspected that the husband was cheating on her. Okay, he wasn't. He was just going to a friend of his, which is a female, in order to vent. Okay, he wasn't cheating on her, but anyway, she separated with him, and of course, two nights after, he kind of like found himself in bed with this woman. And because you do spend some time into the mind of the characters, I mean, he was kind of like comparing that woman to his wife, how his wife, although much more prettier than that woman, never had that raw nature in her. I mean, he felt with his wife more like he's holding something fragile, and he was afraid of kind of like breaking him down, while with this woman, he was just, he could be himself, so to speak. And his ex-wife to be kind of like is calling him in this moment, and he is asking her where she is, who she is going with out, and how could she kind of like think of leaving him while at the same time he's in bed with another woman, literally in the same time. And I was thinking like, what a scumbag, man. I mean, how dare you, to even ask her where she's going? How dare you even kind of like contemplating why she's wanting a divorce? I mean, you have your answer right there. You are the goddamn answer of it. So even though with a pretty people you may not have the chemistry, that's my point here. All right, Ivala. Yeah. And you may think that that's a fictional character, but more often than not, this is really happening in more relationships than not. Unfortunately, these days, those are your cards, Ivala. Um, okay, so what's quality of yours? What key aspect of myself? Key aspect of myself. There are quite a few. It's not just only one in those cards. It's not just only one. One of the key aspects, which I believe it is the most important one, it is the ability to support the other side or the person within everything that they are going through, whether worse or bad, but only if they need to. So it's kind of like a point, or rather like what these cards are suggesting. It is that you need to be savior, so to speak, right? According to them, the person that is going to fit best with you, it is a person that needs to be supported, needs to be taken care of, at least for now, right? That is the key aspect right now. And a person that needs to be supported. And because we do have 10 of Pentacles here next to the 2 of Pentacles, they are suggesting that a key aspect, it is somewhere, it's Ivila's reading, Taco. You are next. Um, Key aspect, it is that you should look within the past. I mean, with the 10 of Pentacles and the 2 of Pentacles, they strongly suggest that a partner you already had, it kind of like flip-sided. What I mean is that they now have a new perspective, and you, if you do decide so, of course, you can make it work with them. But the biggest, again, the biggest aspect of yours, or the biggest quality, it is again the ability to support and to, or how can I put it into words, to give a shoulder of these people to move forward. And also it says something about conversations, that which you can always kind of like make a conversation and make it fruitful, so to speak, make it from a cooperation going forward into a from a conversation making forward going forward, making it a cooperation. And yeah, I mean, you can always kind of put it into words, be dated with the time, kind of like mm, changing your aspect, changing your, if you even will, personality, that it is accustomed to the relationship itself. But again, these cards strongly suggest that, and you probably are going to be searched about with someone you already had been, and they are suggesting you to give the man a chance. Next, Taco. All right, mate. These are your cards. Yeah, just Knight of Cups, Ten of Cups, Eight of Swords, uh, Queen of Wands, Ten of Wands. So this full moon is new moon, I'm sorry. This new moon cycle is gonna be all about your pleasure. Okay. And under pleasure, I mean, because the Knights of Cups, which is the topic, which is, you know, the environment, is all about one's fulfillments. Like the knight is holding the cup aloft in front of himself and follow it. The cup is a symbol of the dreams of thy heart, what makes you happy, and that's going to be the topic for you, following those things that are making you happy. And in order to reach those things, or kind of like to fulfill what makes you happy here, tackle a few things, mate. First, mindset. Eight of Swords, it is the mindset of overcoming personal boundaries, like self-imposed limitations. For example, you may set yourself a limit that you are not going to work out for a reason, right? You may not just like to work out. Well, that is a self-imposed limitation. Or you may have imposed limits not to talk with strangers, right? With new people. That is a self-imposed limit which is going to hold you back as well. Another thing about following those fulfillments, wish fulfillments, or rather like dreams of the heart, is that they do carry on certain requirements that needs to be met up, and you will find yourself quite occupied with all that. I mean, you're going to find yourself quite busy fulfilling yourself, which is going to bring pleasure, but also is going to bring a sense of commitment, a big commitment here. And at some point, even you may feel kind of like overwhelmed, okay? But ultimately, at the end, this once you kind of like finish the process, okay, the rewards are going to be amazing at the end. Amazing at the end. And you will learn very, very important thing about yourself from all that. That there isn't anything you cannot prevail over, right? Anything that you can't prevail over. Should it consider, or rather like connects with your happiness, it's something you can definitely make it work. Oh, and another thing here that you are going to learn is that you do have a very strong sense how to make things work, how to make someone say yes, how to capitalize on someone's positive sides, okay, and how to fix issues also. And all that is going to be provoked from that nature of the human being that every single one of us kind of like cares on. And it kind of like shows up time to time. For you, it's going to show right now. It is the nature that no matter how much we have, it comes a time that we just want more at that point. Well, that's a good thing. It doesn't restrict itself only around that, Sako. Like I said, it's about everything. It's just you are going to have the know-how, and it's up to you to use it, because like I said, the know-how will require from you to kind of like get over certain limits of yourself. All right, next, Rocky. No, Taco, we live every single day, mate. Every single day we live. We die only once. Okay, that is what I think. So every single day we should live like there is no tomorrow, because tomorrow is promised to no one. No matter how much power you have, no matter how much money you have, tomorrow is promised to no one. Next minute is not promised to no one. Just don't bet your whole fortune, mate. Good luck into the casino. All right, Rocky. Those are your cards. So we have Ace of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, King of Swords, the Sun, and the Five of Swords. So this new moon, I hope I will be able to explain it well. This new moon cycle, Rocky, for you is going to systemize or make more practical, let's say, certain goals. Now that Seven of Cups being into the second position, it kind of shows that not the goal, but rather like the process in order to get to a certain point will become apparent that it is unrealistic. Right? You may have a goal, for example, to get into certain position at work, or I don't know, to create certain life of yourself. And as you do have that goal, everyone is kind of like figuring out a way how to get there, and it's making plans. And this full moon is going to reveal that a portion or a certain or the whole plan is kind of unrealistic. But it's not going to be, this reveal is not going to be through an ugly way. Okay, you will only realize that it is unrealistic because actually the opportunity to further that goal is going to be is going to reveal itself in front of you, and is going to be nothing alike what you have planned. Now, you do have time. That is another thing here. You do have time to figure out how to take on this opportunity. But that is an opportunity that will allow you to have A, very successful business maneuvers, lucrative business maneuvers, or B, a very harmonious relationships, love relationships, or business relationships, or a friendship relationships, okay? Whatever your goal is. So you do have time, and what the cards are advising you here, Rocky, is to take that time and create a strategy under a calm and controlled environment, so to speak, because through a careful analysis over the new circumstances that will unfold in front of you, a way through will be revealed for you. And the good thing of all that is that this way is going to be very natural. It's going to be something that it just fits, right? It's going to be something that just fits with you, something that does not interfere with anyone around in a bad way. So you're not going to make other people happy, or you're not going to grow in an expense of someone else. Okay, it's just people are going to be, if not happy for you, they are going to be indifferent about the whole thing. And through it, it's just you are going to be at the maximum of your potential without overextending, without overreaching, because overreaching is not a good thing. Okay, so you're going to utilize everything you got in the right way next couple of weeks, because that's a rare opportunity to further thy goal. Your goal is going to be offered through either the universe or through either someone else, and like I said, is going to be nothing alike what you have imagined, and that may throw you off at the start, but remember, you do have time. That is, it's an amazing transit for you, Rocky. I hope it works out very, very well for you, and that is a big opportunity rather than a small one, because again, we don't know the magnitude of that thing. All right, next, Anna. All right, Anna. Those are your cards. God, I just can't get enough of them. Queen of Swords, Ten of Cups, Page of Cups, Page of Swords, King of Cups. And if you, it's not shown in front of the camera, but depending on how the light is falling on them, it is just their color changes. It's just amazing cards. I love them. To the King of Cups, we do have the Nine of Pentacles. It's an offer, Anna. It's an offer that will propel you tremendously. It could be, I don't know what kind of an offer that's going to be. It could be a business offer or it could be a love offer, but it's going to propel you. Actually, I can check what kind of an offer that's going to be. Let me try that one out. Sustenance is going to be an offer to be cared of. Someone is going to offer to care for you in a certain way. I don't know what kind of a way, but in a certain way. And first, what the cards are showing here is that there is no need to reject that offer, at least at that point. I mean, at all. That could be an offer, someone to take care for your business, okay, or to take care for you, to take care for just for something you care about, all right? And what you are going to learn or figure out rather throughout this transit is that sometimes, you know, beautiful things come from the most unexpected places, because this is going to be super unexpected, right? Probably from the last place you have expected that offer of a helping hand, most likely, or just an opportunity is going to come about. And by the way, you are going to, which is kind of like strange, you will feel a bit unworthy to take it, like, you know, it's not fair for the rest of the world. Screw the rest of the world. Here, this is a moment where you gotta think of yourself, because that should be your motto in the next couple of weeks. Things does not belong to people because they are entitled to them, but they do belong to people who takes them. This is offered to you, take it. Okay, don't think twice, just take it. And your mindset, at least according to these cards, in regards to that should be all about the future. I mean, you shouldn't kind of like bother yourself with the details, but rather you should be focused on the overview. And should you feel emotionally attached to something, in other words, should you like something, take it, it's yours. Okay, but it's an offer someone to take care for you or for something you do care about. So take it. Right, next, Yasmin. Not Yasmin, but Yarabi. Sorry. Let's check on your love. Hold on a second. You're welcome, Ivala. I hate saying that. I hate saying that. Those are your cards, Yarabi. Here. The energy is, long story short, there's just no one around you right now. It's gonna live up to your expectations. No one around you. It is what it is, okay? And kind of like, what can I say? But the cards are showing that something better, even for your standards, is looming on the horizon. Let me give you a time frame here. So it's the time frame from within now up until it's 1 year almost. We have June, July, August, mid of September. So from now up until mid of September, okay? And based on your attitude, or kind of like what you are doing, will whether speed up or delay the process. So what you should avoid is hookups, one night stands, okay? Things that happen, so to speak, what people say spontaneously, like, you know, you meet someone, I don't know, on the street, on the bus stop, they kind of like start conversation with you, and before you know it, you are dating. These things you should avoid. What you should go for here is establishment. What I mean, it is that you kind of like a observe, so to speak, not stalk, but observe the person, determine are they having a solid patterns, and should they have growth patterns and they are better than you. That is very important, right? Your next kind of like potential partner should be better than you, should have a better life, better job, better station, whatever the case, right? It should kind of like, because what these cards are showing here, it is that your next stop in all that is a stop that is going to make you kind of like expand your bar of limitation, right? Lift up the bar of your limitation rather than regress or digress down to their level. Because, you know, one relationship or one team is just as good as the worst member of it, okay? So you need someone that is going to make you improve. You need someone that is going to make you be better. And such a person is coming up, all right? But it's very important that you seek them, okay? And once you kind of like spot each other and start interacting, the relationship is going to develop rather slow, because is going to be, how can I put it into words? Is going to have a consistent progress, but a steady and slow progress, where things are going to, how can I put it into words? They're going to be very simple, right? There aren't going to be any complications in it and all that. But because it's going to happen step by step, and you both ain't going to rush it, that's why it's going to develop rather slow. It's just, I don't know if you can be sexually attracted to tarot cards, but I just love them, okay? It's when I saw them, and they weren't meant for me, okay? They weren't meant for me. They were meant for the person who was gifting them to me. It's just that person, we saw those cards on the internet, and that person said, I want to gift one deck to you, and I want to buy myself a deck. But because they are not distributed here in Europe, okay, I asked my brother to kind of like to make a purchase, because my brother is living in United Kingdom, and United Kingdom has a relationship with United States, so the delivery to there is free and whatnot. Anyway, but we saw that there is a different colors, okay? They are gold color, and you do see the gold background, and we ordered two. One gold, which is the standard, and one black. And when they arrived, it turned out that the black is actually not a black background color, but it is a black and white, right? They have no color at all. They're just black and white pictures. It's the same material, but they are black and white pictures. And I was severely disappointed by that. My deck should have been the black and white one, okay? But when that person saw my disappointment, they said, Rad, that's my present. And they gifted me the golden one, the colorful one. Eternally grateful. Because it's a pain in the bottom to get those cards here. I waited a month and a half, and they costed me at the end 3 times the price of one deck. It was ridiculous cost, but it was worth it. It isn't about only the beauty of the deck, Anna. It's also about the material. These cards, they do not deform. They are gonna carry you for life if you care for them. All right, and last but not least, News Devon with the inquiry. What do I need to, let me find the inquiry here. What is coming my way this weekend? So let's check it out, News Devon. It's a Lenormand reading, okay? here. Those are the cards. It's conflict over money. Some kind of a money, resources, the worst case, or rather like the undefined case, is going to produce a new conflicts, new arguments. Okay, so that is coming your way. Brace yourself. You may argue about your salary, or you may argue about a bonus, or just you may argue with a friend how much money you owe them or how much money they owe you. But it's going to involve money, resources of life, okay, which is money, and which are going to provoke or produce new arguments. So that's coming your way this weekend. Alright, guys. That's gonna do it for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your generosity. And we're gonna see each other next time. Until then, bye.